It doesn't show me as live. I just hopped on. Maybe it's still glitching. Welcome in, everyone. Good to see you. I was a few minutes late. I'm pretty much always a little late, unfortunately. I am very bad at time management. Yeah. I think it's a neurodivergent thing. Could be wrong. Oh yeah, there's no pressure. You have nothing to worry about. Thank you for the roses. Oh, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. No one should ever feel pressured with that kind of thing. Everyone, 3 likes. Everyone's at their own pace, and people have their own things to deal with. We should always be respectful of people's time, but we should also be kind and compassionate to those who struggle to be on time. This might just be because I also struggle to be on time, but you know. Thank you for sharing, Terry. Thank you for consenting. And then for those of you who were looking for my reading live, we are pushing that back tomorrow, just because 2 lives in one day seemed like a bit much for me. Thank you, Alex. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everyone. We are doing a psychic activation live tonight for the Pisces full moon. I hope it's treating everyone kindly. If you are struggling to do anything, like you're too tired to move or anything like that, very emotional, don't be surprised. This is the best full moon to do absolutely nothing. I'm not even joking. It's also a great full moon to have a psychic activation, honestly, because Pisces, very psychic. But good to see you. If you have a different kind of intention that you want the Reiki to help you with, just go ahead and set your own intention and receive the energy that you need the most. If it ever gets too intense for you, you can hop out of the live for a few minutes and then come back. Always take deep breaths if you feel any pressure or anything like that. I'm feeling really heavily in the heart space right now. I'm gonna go ahead and use some Vivianite. Definitely take it one step at a time. Hi Max, how are you? Some people are having a rough time in this full moon. They can be very emotional. I would just try to ignore it and let it pass the best you can. And if they continue to be rude or anything like that, just set a boundary with them. Communicate that their behavior isn't really nice or acceptable. Oh, Max. Like werewolves? What are you referencing? Sophia, not necessarily, probably just focusing on time and place. Max, I'm doing okay. How are you? Yes, that is the name that I will be using, Froggy, from now on the app. I am also contemplating making that my legal name at some point when I move out and everything, but that's going to be probably like a couple, like a year or two, probably, for the name, but time and place, Sophia. Just know when to do it, when not to. Oh, we'll also express boundaries, that if you're communicating with someone and they're going and saying it around and gossiping, maybe it's time to keep it secret. Thank you, Chelsea. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's actually after the dog star, which if you guys don't know about that, it's the brightest star in the sky. I love it, actually. Oh, Max, yeah, no, it's already part of the plan, possibly. It's one I've been contemplating for a little bit now. Yeah. I get a little bit awkward about it still. I'm like, hold on. I don't know. But I'm contemplating it. Hi, Maddie. It's your intuition trying to tell you to listen to it, Sophia. Oh, thank you. Yes, I changed the username. We had too many scammers, so anyone with the name Reiki Ricky now is not me. I changed my name last night at midnight, or this morning. Thank you, Maddie. You guys. TikTok has been really weird. I'm sorry about that. Definitely stay hydrated, get a snack, take your meds, take care of yourself. 100%. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys like it too. Sophia, listen to your intuition. You know the answer. Oh no, Max, what did you grab? Max, I love that. Oh, Diane, I love that though. I'm gonna go ahead and just use Reiki for a minute. Don't be too surprised if this ends up I'm feeling like it's gonna be cold, so don't be too surprised. Some of you might feel a light pressure in both the throat or the third eye. Sophia, you can set your own intentions. You'll receive it in whatever way that you need to, on top of this set intention that we're doing. I did warn you guys. What is that? Take deep breaths if you're feeling pressure. Oh, I love that though. Definitely eat your dinner, drink plenty of liquids. Water would be best, but if you have tea or if even juice would be okay. Yep, everyone's gonna feel it in different spots, but most people, I'm thinking from what I'm feeling, is in like the frontal lobe of the head, the heart, and then kind of like the left side of the chest actually. Ooh, Maddie, I am fake jelly of you because cake sounds so good right now, but I got myself banana bread today. I'm gonna be enjoying that later. It's a really tight feeling in the chest. I'm just gonna work on that for a second. Ooh, what kind of adult juice? It's that kind of day though, for sure. Yeah, I was like, it kind of hurts, so I'm focusing over there for a minute. Oh, me too. Me too, Terry. Ooh, nice. Well, I'm not going to mention that one, but I just felt something very odd with the Reiki. I'm going to choose to actively ignore that, but some of you might be feeling it in very weird spaces. Okay. I was like, well, that's weird. Alright. I'm not going to question it. If that's where you need it, that's where you need it. Make sure you guys are taking care of your bodies. That is extremely important. Oh. No, Dante. The backside is actually where the energy was. I was like, that was weird. Alright. Maddie, I know you're certainly not a robot. I mean, Maddie, however you identify is how I see it. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah. If you have a Dutch oven or like a pot, you can do that. Just make sure you put it on top of a pot holder so it doesn't burn the counter. Alternatively, if you can go to the dollar store at all, they have these fireproof silver trays. I don't have it near me, so I can't show you. In the cooking section that you can get, and it's just a little silver tray. That one's fireproof. It's what I use most of the time. Or you can get a cauldron, like somewhere between 10 and 30 bucks usually. But you literally use a pot and just put it on a pot holder. Just be prepared for the pot to be destroyed. Yeah, cast iron. If you're burning outside, honestly, if you're just burning paper, if you hold it up and you just like let it mostly burn, and you could drop it into a cup or something and just let it finish burning if it's just paper. Yeah, Dante, I had to throw one of mine away, and the other one's covered in wax at the moment, so I might have to throw this one away too, if I can't get it off, but we'll see. Sophia, most of the time it's releasing what no longer serves you. Pardon me. Yeah, if you mostly let it burn before it hits the glass and then you just like drop it in, it should be fine. Because I've used this little cup right here, ceramic, when it comes to just burning paper. I just drop it in. I'm like, here you go, you burn out, and then it's done. And I've used jars for that too, so yeah, there you go. Oh no, Dante. Okay, I'm being called to use petrified wood, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. I was actually just picking up on a bit of nausea too, funny enough, but do you just mean like severe pain? I was sitting here like, wait, processing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. That did not work in my brain, my dude. I was sitting here like, what are you saying? You compared it to birth, and I'm sitting here like, that doesn't feel good. What are you talking about? It's like breaking every bone in your body like 3 times over every time you give birth. I'm not even kidding. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Silence. I'm glad you liked the new name. You guys. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch to Celestite. Okay, my emotions get really influenced by music, so it really depends on what I'm listening to. Some music makes me feel like really confident, other ones make me feel like really, really sad. And I'm such a crybaby, I will cry at a sad song, or sometimes when a song isn't even sad, I'll start crying, because it's just like, I'm a very emotional person. It's ironic though, being a Cancer sun with a Capricorn moon and rising, you would think I wouldn't be such a crybaby, but unfortunately, I definitely got the Cancer part of it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I am very much a crybaby. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not alone on that, but also I'm sorry you guys have to deal with that too. Oh, Maddie. I'm gonna be honest, I only have 2 water placements. Only 2. The vast majority of my chart is a good mixture of water, earth, and fire. More fire, I think, but I could be wrong. I have like 4 Capricorn placements, so yeah. Well, music influences us a lot as human beings. That's why they use it so often to like get us to do stuff. This is not the one I wanted to grab, but I'm gonna use it because I think I did that for a reason. Oh, 100% me too. Oh, Maddie. I think my Capricorn rising probably does the same, but also my Leo Venus. Sir. Sorry. Stop. Sorry, there's a fly. Oh my gosh, okay. Maddie, how'd you know? Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. It's hitting you in the chest. 3 a.m., oh my gosh. I had his candle lit earlier and it made me really sad because they went really dim. So I lit the other one because I thought that he might just want the other one lit and that he didn't like either of them. And so I ended up going and blew out both of his candles. I'm sitting here like, he's either like really bored with me at the moment or he just like doesn't want to be here, which you know is fair in either case. But like, you know, I gave him a Red Bull and stuff and I cleaned his altar today. I thought he'd be happy. Don't think he was. I also painted him a fox yesterday. I really thought that he would like it. I don't know. It is what it is. $9:33, 6:33 here. Hey. Where's that yellow jasper? Oh. Interesting. Maddie usually symbolizes change and sometimes conflict. 111 also means spiritual awakening, so kind of more tower moments. It means growth and change. So in a way, yes, tower moments. I'm sorry, but it's a good way. It's a good thing most of the time, unless you're seeing the numbers a lot when it comes to a specific person in mind, in which case it could be like, yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad that one's still lit. Hecate's candle is lit for me right now, but her candle when I'm on live is always lit. Me? I'm offended. I don't know why she would be upset about me talking about Loki. I always talk about him. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, hers is lit over here too. That energy feels really weird. For some of you, you should really do, I would recommend for most of you to, just in case, because some of you specifically probably need this, to do a banishing spell if you can, or just like a very thorough cleanse of your energy and your aura. I would definitely recommend that for most of you at this time. That's not to scare you, don't be afraid, you're fine. It's just some very icky energy that you might want to get rid of, just in case. Just for like safety reasons. Not safety, but like, you know, you don't want negative energy like being all on you, but I'm glad you made it in, Rachel. Good to see you. You're good, Max. Maddie, yes. I'm gonna say yes. Please do. Are you talking about the banishing spell? You can literally just take a bath with like lavender. If you have like lavender tea bags, you can just toss that in. If you have any Florida water, you can use that, or like lavender essential oil, eucalyptus. Thyme, most people have thyme in their kitchen. Also rosemary. You can use any of those or all of them together. Throw it into a bath, take a bath with it to cleanse your energy and let the negative energy just wash down the drain. You can also use Epsom salt or Himalayan salt, even just normal salt, add it to the bath if you don't have any other ones. If you don't have a bath though, you can add those ingredients, not the salt, to a candle and then just like light the candle to cleanse away the negative energy from you. But if you do that, make sure you have a window open. Also with the bath, make sure you have a window open so the energy has a place to leave. Otherwise you're just gonna make it more loud. Yes, you can also burn cinnamon sticks. I forgot about that. Or just cinnamon. Yes, Sigma Daisy, you definitely can. You could also just screech like a pterodactyl too. Most of you will laugh at that. Sound cleansing is definitely valid. I actually like it. Yes, camphor, thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. I think, no, not frankincense. Dragon's blood, if you guys have that. That one's also really good for cleansing and protecting. Of course. Feels like I'm making biscuits like a cat, but that's okay. That's what I have to do, and that's what I have to do. Oh yeah, oh, definitely Diane, I agree. It's good for the throat too. Healing for your inner child as well. Not even gonna lie about that one. Air biscuits. I'm just like I'm not even gonna do what just popped in my brain. I was gonna like do like a weird like little meow thing. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That would be way too weird. Too cringe. Probably Diane. I'm gonna go ahead and do some pulls, just get rid of that negative energies. You don't have to consent to that part if you don't want your energy being cleansed. If you don't want to, it's not really me taking your energy, it's just removing the like stagnant and yucky energy. I love that. Okay, that's fair, Max. You're right. I love you guys. Oh, Jackie, yes. I want an essential oil diffuser so bad because those sound great, but I have wax melts and like the wax melters and stuff, so like that's, you know, it works. It's just, I don't know, I like the idea of having a diffuser too. Maybe I'm just weird. I really have a thing for good scent though, and I have a really weird thing about loving the scent of vanilla more than anything. It's funny because I'm feeling this mostly in the heart. You might feel it in different spaces though. Whew, okay. That one's out. Aww. Oh, I love that. Lavender kind of reminds me of like what, this is gonna sound really goofy considering coming from me, this is really weird, but vanilla to me feels like a kiss from a loved one, almost. It feels like just like a really like affectionate energy. I really love not lavender. I love lavender too, but I'm talking about vanilla. My brain keeps going to lavender and I don't know why. Someone might need lavender, or that might be a sign for some of you. I'm like, no. But vanilla really feels like true love energy, which is super goofy sounding, I know, but that's how it feels to me. Which is ironic because when I was younger, I used vanilla everything. I loved vanilla so much, and I still do, but use some Vivianite right there. Ooh. Feels a little pinchy. It will pass. Matt, are you talking about me and you, or are you talking about someone else? Perfect timing. Oh my goodness, you're funny. I'm gonna go ahead. We're fine. I dropped it. It's good. I'm gonna use the Lumerian quartz with the Vivianite. Sometimes I scare myself by dropping my crystals because they are super sensitive to be. They're very easily broken, the ones that I have a tendency of dropping. Gotta love that though. Yeah, I'm feeling it under the shoulder blades in the back. I was like, ow, but it's gonna help, so. Maddie. I feel like that would be upper shoulder blades though. Could be wrong. I don't know. Hello, welcome in. Thank you guys for all the likes and the shares. Well, what do you mean by that, Maddie? Do you mean like the Guardians? Basically like the Astral Police? Thank you for... I don't know what that is. It's kind of what they are. I mean, yeah. Oh. I'm gonna say no, but I don't know. Yeah, Diane, I've never really done it on purpose, but I can't daydream because apparently I end up going places that I wasn't intending to. So I don't bother trying to daydream anymore at all. And meditation is very weird too. At this point, I think I'm just gonna have to like ask Archangel Michael to hang out with me when I do meditations or something, because yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I'm just gonna leave it be, but oh, Max, it doesn't work. I've tried. Believe me, I've tried. I've literally tried anchoring myself to the ground too. It just doesn't. I don't know what's going on with this. I am just gonna leave it be. It's just some things I give up on. I don't know. Maddie, I have done that, yeah. There's certain places in space, though, they don't want you to go. Exactly, Max. It just doesn't work. I don't know. Even if you put on multiple, it just doesn't... I don't know. It's like someone else just decides, no, you don't need that, and they just, like, take it off. Like, thanks, that's not helpful. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's what it feels like, Max. Half the time. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna like do this guided meditation, and they're like, envision a tree, and then there's some being that's like, I'm here now, and I'm like, you're not a part of the meditation. They're like, hi, I'm like, no. Diane, I'm glad that necklace is helping you. No, Dante, I'm sorry. TikTok's been so weird lately. Is it still not showing me as being live, you guys? Okay, but see, that would be cool. Most of the time, when it comes to dating, I don't even know who it is that shows up with me half the time. I'm just sitting here like, I don't know who you are. Can you, like, leave me be so I can do the meditation? They're like, no. And then they try to drag me around. I'm like, no. We're not doing this. So then I give up. Aww. Oh, I love that Sigma Daisy. Max, yeah, okay, so it's not that abnormal? Honestly, I kind of thought I was being pranked for a little bit until they, like, you know, start trying to drag me around places. And then I'm like, no. Not doing it. Literally trying to do a guided meditation, and they're like, haha. I'm like, I'm like, no. I've only had one guided meditation actually go well recently, and I couldn't focus through most of it, so I just saw like a little bit, and then I was like, okay, that's what I got, so. Maddie. Yeah, you gotta make sure you're setting boundaries with non-physical beings too. Maddie, I've learned that they don't care. The vast majority of the time, if I am naked, that is when most beings decide that is the time to appear. And I'm like, I've told you, I don't like this. And they're just like, yeah. I don't know. It's very uncomfortable, by the way. They have, I think, started respecting the fact that I don't want them in the bathroom with me while I'm showering. I don't even change in my room anymore. I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom now. So, yeah, they're very, I don't know why they do that. That's just a thing. I've decided to pretend like they see us the way that we see toddlers running around in like their diapers. Just like, oh, that's adorable, and then they move on, and we're just like, okay, like, can you not? That's the only thing that I could think of. That's all I could think of. Yes, please, Bella. Don't get mad at anyone if they still call me Rookie, by the way. It's just going to be a lot less confusing for people who come to my page and they're new here by going by that name, so. Sigma Daisy. Take deep breaths, you're okay. Oh, I love that, Bella. I'm glad. But if you want to, Max, I'm contemplating that being my legal name in the future, so, well, yeah. If you want to, I don't mind. I'm still contemplating if it fits me. Everyone else seems to think so, but I'm like, it's still a little iffy on it. But I honestly think a part of it is self-worth issues. So we'll see. But yeah. See, I'm still healing. We all are. Oh, thank you, Max. I'm glad you like it. Well, Bella, for me, okay, so here's the thing. When I picked this name, there's a whole backstory to this one for me. I was contemplating a different name just because I really liked it for a while, for a couple of years even, but I haven't actually decided to fully change it yet. But yes, Ash. So, long story kind of shorter. When I was younger, I was in this one class, obviously in elementary school, where they were teaching us about random things. I don't remember exactly when they brought this up, but for like a week plus, I was basically on loop repeating, the brightest star in the sky's name is Sirius. And this was back when I also had a obsession with the goddess Isis and the goddess Vishnu. Very weird, I know, but like, I was a child and I honestly didn't even know that people could worship them. I probably would have if I could have back then, not gonna lie, because of how I was. As a child, 100%, I would be running around and I'd be like, the brightest star in the sky's name is Sirius, just being all cute and loving it. And one of the biggest things, the reason I ended up remembering this was because at one point they asked this question on a show that my family was watching, and they were like, hey Ricky, and they like called to me and they asked me the question that I had literally been repeating for like a week, and then I was like, oh, I know this, and I went Sirius, and then I got it right, and then I remembered it because of that. I was so excited to have answered the question right, and my family were like, you did it, and I'm like, wow, they're actually supporting me for once. That sounds so sad, but like, it was a really like good moment for me as a kid. So I ended up starting my practice in paganism and everything like that, and I started working with Hecate, who is now my matron. And if you guys know anything about the dog star Sirius, it's the dog star. It's actually very much associated with Hecate as well, and I can't remember the exact translation, but one of the translations for the name Sirius is actually torchbearer, which is again a good representation of Hecate. So I was thinking about names a while ago, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, that would actually be a really good name. So I've been contemplating it for a little bit, and I was a little bit too shy about talking about it at first, because like, you know, it seems like a very abnormal name, plus people are just gonna hear it and they're gonna be like Sirius Black from Harry Potter. I'm like, no, good character, but no. But yeah, so long story short, that's kind of what it happened for me. But yeah, I don't know, I really like it. Still contemplating if I think it fits me or not, but I love it. And then honestly, the best fit for you is just going to be a name that feels the best, that makes you feel happy and you think just feels more like you. So take your time with it, play around. You can always ask close friends and individuals to call you by the names that you're trying out and see if you like it. If it's just too uncomfortable at first, like give it a little bit longer, maybe like a couple of weeks at least, and see how it feels, genuinely. And don't be ashamed if you end up changing it. I would try names out for about a year before making an actual decision to legally change your name, just because it's kind of expensive to do and you want to like know that you like the name. No shame if you end up changing it again, it's all up to you. It's just a very long process, so I would recommend trying it out for a while first before actually doing it. And then yeah, but I think it's great. He is a great character in Harry Potter though, don't get me wrong, he's just not what I'm naming it after. Oh, see, Max, that's perfectly fine. It's normal. Yeah. But I like your legal name. Of course, Bella. No, I'm happy to help. Oh, Remus is a good character too. What crystal do we need here? It's very sensitive. Maybe we're gonna use some kunzite. Maddie, only if you want to. You could also just start going by it. It doesn't have to be your legal name for you to actually decide that that's what you want to be called. I mean, I like the name. Just pick whatever feels most right for you. Again, there's no shame in trying out a few different names and seeing what you like. One thing I do find a little ironic is before my parents ended up naming me Ricky, my father's name is Ricky, by the way, they actually were contemplating naming me Aurora, And I hear quite often that my voice sounds like a Disney princess. And if you know what, you know Aurora, it's the name of Sleeping Beauty. And I'm sitting here like, it's kind of hilarious. And I was born blonde. I was blonde until I was 10 years old, and then my hair turned brown. But I think it's kind of funny. Oh my gosh. Thank you for following. Yeah. Do you guys, I don't know if you saw the fly land on my hand. Probably not, but it just did. Anyways. Now he's on my phone, so if you start hearing buzzing, I'm sorry. Aw. I love that though, Max. That's cute. He's back on my phone. I'm just gonna leave him be. If he gets too annoying though, I'll swat him away. Just not gonna kill him. If it was an ant, that'd be another story. You could always give yourself 2 middle names. I do say that a lot, Maddie. Aw, Max, that's cute. New Moon, Sophia. Yes, Crystal. No, 100% Max. I'm gonna be changing my middle name too, because, yeah, I got like a very general white lady middle name. There's like 5 middle names that you guys can think of probably off the top of your head with that one. That's immediately just kind of like, yeah, that's... Nope, not Marie. Hi Strider, how are you? I'm glad you like my name. I had to change my username to 100% because of all the other ones. Maybe there's more than 5. It's Renee, you guys. My legal middle name is Renee. Adriana, wait, that's cute though. I'm sorry if people made fun of you for that, because people can be mean, but that's just so cute. I love that. I'm sitting here like, that's literally the sweetest. Oh my gosh. Actually, that made me really happy. Oh my gosh. Probably Diane. That's a beautiful name. Although I think Max fits you more. Yeah. No, it's understandable, Adriana. I can definitely understand why. I used to hate being called Ricky when I was a kid too. Ironically, for very funny reasons. But, you know. Anyways. Don't have to worry about that much anymore. Max, I love that though. That's really sweet. Aww. Most do, don't they? Take deep breaths. We're gonna switch from the kunzite over to rose quartz. Actually, it's funny you were saying that because I'm feeling a little itchy too. My bracelets, though. Aww. And this is a reminder for you guys that are coming in, just because I know some of my subscribers are in here. We are doing the reading live tomorrow. 2 lives in one day would have just been too much for me, and every full moon we do psychic activations. So had to reschedule that one for tomorrow, but we will be doing it then. And then of course on Saturday. Oh no. Did you put any aloe or anything on it? Sophia, it's just an activation of your psychic abilities. This could be a lot of different things for different people. There's a ton of them. Dan, I know what you meant by that, but also the way you said it went over my head. I'm sitting here like, wait, what do you mean? But you just mean like more time with me, and I'm sitting here like, timekeeper. Huh? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Dante, 100%. That's good. Maddie, it's by doing something else. So the best way to replace a negative habit is by replacing it with a positive one. This is coming from someone who also has an issue of scratching at my scalp, but that's also because I have psoriasis. But the best way to get over a bad habit is to replace it with a positive one. So if you're trying to quit smoking, start chewing gum more. Then you'll have a habit of chewing gum. You just have to be careful not to do it like to an excessive amount. Sugar-free would be the best option then, because your teeth. But when it comes to things like that, fidgeting in a different way, you can either get a fidget toy, or rather than ripping your nails out, basically is what you're saying you're doing, you can just start tapping, things like that. As for the scalp, you just have to like try to pull away from that. You can start, if you wear earrings, you can start playing with your earrings instead. The best way to replace a negative habit is by doing a better habit, quite frankly. And just every time you catch yourself, be compassionate, understanding that it is hard to break habits, and just start doing the other thing as soon as you notice, and you can stop. Some of us have compulsory issues that make it really difficult, but Maddie, yeah, self-harm, trigger warning. Self-harm is not a good way of getting through anxiety. Unfortunately, a lot of us end up doing that, but it's not a good thing to do. So try to break the habit the best you can. Box breathing, yeah. This feels really tight in the chest. Yeah. I am not wearing lashes, love. This is just my lashes with mascara. Yeah. Eventually it'll become natural. Diane, it is Mercury and Gatorade again, so you good. It's good. It's fine. There's also like 7 planets in the microwave, so I like how people on TikTok that do astrology, most of us won't say it correctly. We'll be like, it's in the microwave again, it's in Gatorade, rather than using the word retrograde. Yeah, Strider, it's an anxious habit that a lot of us have to deal with, unfortunately, or it's some variation of. I'm gonna go ahead and use just Reiki for a little bit. Oh yeah, I know the full moon is in Pisces. Hi Lindsay, welcome in. Yeah, it's usually a stress response or an anxiety response. I kind of find it really funny that I don't hide my facial expressions, and it's really funny. Oh, I don't remember exactly what the reading was. Hopefully it was a good thing and not a negative thing, but in either case, even if it was negative, I hope everything gets better. I'm glad that it resonated, but you know, I do a lot of readings, so I'm not quite sure what the reading was about. I'm so sorry. My readings are fairly accurate, though. So it ended up being good, but it was more like a tower moment. That makes sense. Well, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Hopefully it'll be a good thing, though. Yes, silent Reiki lives are on Friday. I will be live tomorrow for a reading live because we didn't do that today because it would be too much for me to do 2 lives in one day. And then I will be live on Saturday, but I will not be live. No, I will actually be live on Sunday. I'm going to be live every day this week. Oh my gosh. Except for I think I took yesterday off. Maybe it wasn't yesterday, I don't know. But, you know. I'm glad that you got a heads up for it, though. And I'm glad that you're feeling better, though. That's great. I'm actually planning on going live on Sunday with Jaden. So as long as everything goes according to plan, me and her are going live together. Yeah, I barely remember yesterday, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I didn't go live yesterday. Like, I'm almost certain I didn't. Pretty sure I didn't. Because I was doing a bunch of other things. I just can't remember exactly what it was that I did other than paint a little bit. Yeah, everything else is just a blur. I don't remember it. That's okay, though. I'm glad you're feeling much more grounded. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Because I would have remembered. Because I remember thinking to myself I was going to be a little bit upset with myself for not doing it because of a very particular reason, something I do before every single one of my lives. I make tea as an offering for Hecate, and then I was thinking about it, I was like, I wasn't going to be doing that yesterday because I wasn't going live. And I was like upset with myself for it. I'm thinking about it like, yeah, I didn't go live yesterday because I was upset with myself. I remember. Yeah, Maddie, I think it's a trauma response. Oh no. I hope that they don't hurt. Yeah, I didn't think so. Feel that, Maddie. Whew. Exactly, Diane. If you're not spending time doing the things you love, you end up just completely forgetting what's happening. Like, entirely. Life just becomes a blur. And that's how you know you're not actually doing things that you enjoy. Which is, again, a trauma response. Thank you, Jess. Hi. Jess, yes. The best way to start with shadow work is to look at the things that are upsetting you, triggering, or that make you have an emotional response or anxiety. Think about what it is, exactly what it is. There's a couple of ways you could start with this one. I would actually start with all the negative things that you say about yourself, to be honest. Write a list down of what it is that you say about yourself on a daily basis that would be seen as negative. You wouldn't say it to your best friend or your child. You shouldn't be saying it to yourself first and foremost. So make a list of all those negative things, and then make a separate list of all the positive things you love about yourself. Don't be too upset if that list is smaller than the other one. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to get through that. And then start challenging those negative thoughts by just basically saying that they're not true and why they're not true. And again, if you wouldn't say those things to your inner child or to a child's face, don't say it to yourself, because you are saying it to your inner child every time you say it to yourself. And don't blame yourself too much. Be compassionate, because that can be a learned habit by your parents too. Even if it wasn't their intention, they can still, through their behaviors when we're children, definitely end up doing that. Okay, hold on. Maybe that one's a rough one. We can talk about that later when I have more brain cells that can function correctly. It also depends on which one you're talking about. But Jess, you shouldn't say that as an adult to a child. Would you say that now to a child's face? That's the thing. And again, learned habits by parents or people in your life doesn't mean that it was true. But I definitely understand that. Remember that whatever you ended up doing as a child, even if you might think negatively of that kid, those things were learned by other people, and it was never something from your actual... It was never something that was your fault if it was something that you were taught by someone else. It's your job to unlearn those things and to heal from them, yes, certainly. But you shouldn't torture yourself or treat yourself cruelly based off of things that you were forced into believing, or you were forced to be taught how to do. Man, you gotta put the work in to reteach the inner child. I'm going to adjust my sitting position. Well, hey, at least you ignored it. You had me worried there for a minute. Yeah, Jess. So literally what I do, if there's a specific thing that I want to work on, and can't think of any other prompts myself, just look up, literally just Google shadow work prompts for, and the subject. You could say for inner child work, things like that. Anything, they have a ton of them online available. Diane, it takes time. Exactly. You are already worthy as you are. Oh, Jess, we've been doing that a little bit throughout the entire live. Don't worry. Just take deep breaths and consent to the energy, and it will affect you in whatever way you need the most. You're good. I've been doing things without, I don't usually say everything that I'm doing because we're talking a lot in our lives. I'm answering questions, communicating with you guys, so half the time I'm doing things without actually saying what it is, which is my bad. I should be saying what they are, but I get so caught up in the conversations that I just do what I'm called to do quite often. Which can make things a little bit difficult, and unlike in my one-on-one sessions, I can't just like send you guys group notes on what was happening in the session. In the one-on-one sessions, I send you a downloadable PDF file afterwards with notes of what crystals we used, what we were using them for, any symbolisms and signs that came through, and any messages from your spirit teams. Afterwards, you can read it over, and I try to mention things during the session, but often it ends up kind of being like more talking too. Sometimes people meditate during them. Sometimes they straight up just start opening up and talking about their traumas, things like that. So it really just depends. But yeah. But that's why I like sending them notes, because then people can go over it and be like, oh, that's what was going on. You should, Diane. Yes. I do have 3 options. So they're $1 per minute, 15 for 15, 30 for 30, and 60 minutes for 60. So you have a bunch of different options there, and again, it's only $1 per minute, so it's really just however long you want to do it. There are some spells that people have created for OCD, but it really depends on what part of it that you're wanting to deal with, to be honest. Rather than as a whole, you want to look at the symptoms that are bothering you the most and then do it that way. But you have to do the groundwork too, because you have to balance metaphysical and physical together in order to work through things. Reiki can also help with things, obviously. I haven't posted anything new, but when I did go to look at it, it did kind of like refresh it and change around the order of things in the shop without me doing anything, so maybe that's what you're seeing? Oh, I would love to see that. It's very cloudy over here today, so I'm probably not going to see anything, but... Alina, if I am doing energy scans, sometimes I do pick up on little friends, is what I will call them. I would say grounding stones, probably petrified wood, black obsidian, mahogany obsidian for some reason I'm thinking of. Bloodstone, I'm thinking of tiger's eye too. Black tourmaline. Yeah, smoky quartz and amazonite too. Ammonite, not amazonite. Sorry. 2 different types of things. One's a fossil, one's a crystal. I'm like, wait a minute. Words are hard. Smoky quartz is great. Diane, for that, I would actually recommend probably, again, grounding stones, but also tourmalated quartz. Moonstone, rainbow moonstone is really good for balancing emotions and hormones, because it's good for the emotions. It can keep them like a little bit more calm. Howlite for handling stress. Thank you, Maddie, at the same time. I would also say smoky quartz again, because it's good for lifting stress and anxiety, and depression actually. And then snowflake obsidian. Alina, if you're asking me to do like a pregnancy test on you, I'm gonna have to refuse. I don't really do those kinds of readings because I don't do fertility or health related questions. I would say you should probably just wait to see if you get your cycle, and if you don't, get a pregnancy test. That'd be the most effective way to tell. Carnelian is a bit more of a quick pace energy. It's more passionate and more fiery. I would say probably not unless you're dealing with aggression. Of course, sorry about that. If you're dealing with a lot of like aggression and anger that you want to like balance out, that might be a good one for that, but otherwise I would say probably not. Oh, for OCD. I'm still going to say no. Just because I feel like that wouldn't work. It could, but I don't know how it would work. Maddie, no. Might be time to do that. But maybe after the Pisces full moon. That way you can have some time to rest, because this is perfect time for taking it easy. And just so you guys know, we will only be live for about another 30 minutes. True. The thing is though, you'll probably feel better after you do clean and ward your room, because then you'll be more safe and protected and you'll feel a little bit better. So it might be a good idea for your own mental health. One of the things for me, I actually, whenever I start feeling really anxious or things like that, it's actually better for me to boost my wards to add more protection. Oh, you mean the carnelian? Yeah. But whenever I feel like unsafe, I like to boost my wards, because you know, there's like a good chance for safety in that. So yeah. I have a stress disorder though, so you guys can probably guess on that, how often that can happen sometimes. Anyways. I kind of feel kind of like low-key, like almost worried, concerned for anyone who does hit my wards. I'm like, I kind of feel bad, but also, you know, if you're doing it intentionally, you're kind of doing it to yourself, but maybe don't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. Wait, what's your question? Oh yeah, that's a good relaxing, calming stone. I forgot about amethyst. I was saying like grounding stones like black obsidian and things like that. Of course, welcome in. Thank you for following. Maddie, self-doubt. It's 100% self-doubt. Also probably religious trauma. I'm gonna be honest. Max. Hi guys, we're actually not doing readings in this live. We will be doing readings tomorrow though if you want to come back. Today we're doing a psychic activation live Reiki session. And we will be live for about another 20 minutes. I like the name Bartok though. That's really cute. Oh, 100%. Oh, Maddie. Maybe write down what you want to do so you can look at it and read it while you're doing it. That would actually probably be really helpful for you. I'm really glad for the filter options in my comment section because most of the time it does prevent me from seeing anything like really negative. And like I want to keep this a safe space for everyone, including myself, so anyone who disagrees with me or thinks that this isn't real healing or whatever, you can go on your way. Have a good life. But yeah, everyone else, welcome in. I love you. Thank you for being here. Maddie, something I've learned, whenever you think you're over something, you're not. Whenever you think you're over something, chances are there's something else connected to it that's going to be like, oh, later. Hi Whisper, how are you? It might be. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I think I'm finally through this one thing, and my guys are like, smack. And I'm like, no. They're like, you thought? Thank you, Jude. I'm glad you like it. Maddie, you'd be surprised at actually how much religious trauma you have just being in normal day-to-day society. It's also an ancestral type thing as well, because most of our ancestors were actually forced into Christianity for one reason or another, usually out of fear, so it's in your bloodline too. So it's an entire thing. You can, but it still might take some work. Max, oh no. People are weird. It does go so much deeper than that, 100%. Oh no, hematite. Whisper, you should really get a tarot deck or something at some point, love. I think that would be very beneficial for you. Maddie, it's possible. And Diane, that's also possible. My ancestry is a bunch of vast majority of them are very just white, all over the place, just white. I'm really not sure. I only know a few of them by name that would probably be like supporting of me, just because they pop through a few times. I'm thinking just to check in on me sometimes. One of them really likes it when I do woodworking and things with like wood burning and stuff like that. But vast majority of the time I have no idea who they are. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I don't really question it too much when it comes to my ancestry. I still get, because of my family trauma, I still get really shocked that I have any ancestors that do support me. I cry about that often, actually. Anyways. Oh no. Maddie. Oh, that's fair. You should start practicing though if you have the tools. The reaction's not at you, Maddie, by the way. I am just going to ignore what I just saw. Routines are hard. Oh my goodness, Hematite, I love that. Well, Maddie, your routine doesn't have to be the same way society would place routines. It's just what you do on a daily basis. It doesn't mean that you have to do it at the same time every day either. Chances are you're actually already in a routine. You just don't know about it yet. Or you're not paying attention to it in that concept. You also don't have to do it in the same order every day. Though there are probably some things that you do. For some of you, your routine is actually just sitting and watching TV shows. Probably? I'm gonna say you probably could do that, Maddie, but I wouldn't, like you could, but I wouldn't doubt it. True, Hematite. That's good. I'm glad that your routine grounds you. It would, Maddie. So again, I wouldn't recommend it, but you probably could do that. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Because they were also you, theoretically speaking, you could also just eat the snack and say that it's an offering for them. I'm gonna do that for my inner child later, actually. Okay, so technically yes, but I wouldn't. Technically, for yourself though. Whisper, probably not. If I were to do that, it would just be a gift, not an offering. Though I used to make jokes sometimes when my family used to put like snacks in my room that it was an offering for me. I'd be like, oh, you're leaving me sacrifice. It was really goofy, I can't. It's a sacrifice, yes. Oh my goodness. Next time I give a Loki a snack, I'm going to say it's a sacrifice. That's so funny. Yes, it is, Maddie. I love you too. You guys are so funny. Please do. I want to know how we react. Oh my goodness. Well, definitely not the second one. Definitely don't do that, Maddie. 10 out of 10 would not recommend that. Do not. Definitely don't do that. The only one you should give that to would be Archangel Michael himself, but yeah. You're funny. I just came up with a really good painting idea. I am actually, I mean, of course you did it. I'm gonna write something down for a second. Okay. I think that with him, he would probably prefer you to draw him in like his more traditional senses, that kind of thing. Archangel Michael's a very serious dude, like a angel, honestly, so he's more of the serious type. Whisper, yeah. I would say yes. Specifically, natural water, actually. So if you have like a running river nearby, or like you have an ocean, getting river water, or some kind of natural water, or rainwater, that would be a great offering for water spirits. Oh, well, no to the second one. I love that though. Thank you. Actually, okay, so I know that you're making a joke, but I think air spirits would actually prefer things like bells or wind chimes or ribbons that can flow in the wind. Incense, maybe? Because smoke? Maybe not. Yeah, I'm thinking that those would probably be the most accurate. Oh, I just got reminded that I wanted to feed the birds. Okay. I need to do that. Oh, Maddie, if you do want to interact more with Archangel Michael, hi Nicole. I do know that he likes cake. He also likes gummy bears, things like that. You're feeling it in the throat. Also, if you guys are not following Nicole, I highly recommend them. They're absolutely amazing. They also teach Reiki, so for those of you who are interested in learning, go to them. Maddie's just a little birdie. Just a little birdie. Maybe not in a bag, like on a plate. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I changed my username. Yeah, Nicole is the bomb. I'm gonna go ahead and use the clear quartz. I have not. Your cat will probably eat it, yeah. That is a thing. You can just leave it out for like a few hours, honestly. Just say it's for him. You could also light a tea light or something for him. Yeah. I've given him gummy bears before in a cup. I eventually want to get a statue for him. Most people don't really leave offerings for angels, but sometimes I like to just, you know, show appreciation. Oh, thank you for the hanging lights. Does make it a little bit intense in the third eye for some of you. If it gets too intense, you can hop out and come back. You're okay, Adrian? How are you? Yeah, definitely don't do that. With any being, actually. I actually cut my hand earlier when I was giving an offering, and or like right before I was giving an offering, and I was like, oh no, I hope I didn't get anything on that. I didn't. I was like very careful about it, but I was like, It is a full moon in Pisces. Oh, I'm good, Adrian. I'm glad you're doing well. Are you talking about the gummy bears, or are you talking about something else? I don't even know how he reacted to that, to be honest, but he's still around, so like, I don't think he was mad about it. Take deep breaths, Maddie, you're okay. I did. Hi Jen, how are you? I'm glad you're doing well. Oh no, you're fine. Thank you for asking. We're going to be staying in this spot for a little bit. Some of you might end up feeling like really toasty, or maybe sleepy for some of you. Some of you also might get the urge to cry. I'm feeling like those are the 3 reactions, but thank you for following. Oh, Nicole, deep breaths. It's okay. It's like you can blame the Pisces full moon. I'm sorry that you're having a rough time though. Wait, what do you mean? I'm always outwardly reserved for the most part, unless I'm alone. I think it's a habit of masking that I've been doing since I was a child. I think it's an autistic trait. For those of you who do not know, I do have autism, and ADHD, and OCD, and a bunch of other things, and I have been diagnosed with them, but... Oh, Maddie, I'm only internally chaotic is the thing. So when you're texting me, you can see what's in my brain. Externally though, I'm not like that. Outward appearances can be deceiving upon the inner world, so to speak. It doesn't mean either are a lie though. You get what I mean? Good. I had to stay in this spot. They're just like, this is where we need to be. Probably. No, well, welcome back. I talk to people, just not as much as my spirit team would like me to. SpongeBob might be a reference for some people. I feel like I don't know how to unmask, to be honest. It's not really an issue if I feel like I'm masking either. I just, have a tendency of holding myself back too much. So it's, you know, like a thing that I'm working on at the moment. Like, I don't really feel like it's too much of an issue, but my spirit team does. So Maddie. For some of you, this feels like lower back pain. Yeah, it's something that you're forced to learn, and then you have to work to unlearn it, like trauma responses. Actually, ooh, guys, masking is a trauma response. Yeah, okay. In case you didn't realize, I just realized this. Now I have more shadow work to do. Yeah, I'm good. No worries. Oh, that's interesting. No, you're fine. Something we all needed to realize and heal from. Yeah, that sounds about right. Some of you are going to need a massive nap after this. Diane, message me later and I'll send you some prompts for self-discovery. That's a thing that I've been trying to look into as well. It's basically connecting with the things that you love. And that's how you do that. Thank you for following. No, Whisper, you cannot. Ooh, I want to moon bathe. There's too many clouds though. Yeah, definitely, just remind me. No, I know. Maddie, you specifically, do you have any labradorite? And for those of you who are struggling with a hard time at this moment, if you have labradorite, wearing it or keeping it on you tonight will be especially helpful. So the thing about labradorite is it helps soothe and support you through hard times. You should definitely grab it, either meditate with it or just hold on to it. It's very grounding, very supportive, and it can also help amplify and activate your throat, your third eye, your crown, and your root. You should definitely get some, Max. 10 out of 10. Labradorite is amazing. But if you guys have that, specifically would be a great one. Maddie, that was specifically for you, but it would help everybody. So, oh, it is beautiful. I have a few pieces, but they're not very shiny pieces, but I'm okay with it. At some point I'll get probably a really shiny one too, but I'm okay with the raw pieces that aren't very shiny. It's extremely helpful. It's also good for psychic activation, but mostly I would recommend it for the support at this time. I'm forgetting the entirety of your username. So Jessica, aka the one's username starts with 8-legged, are you in here? If you're not, that's okay, but if you're in here, will you comment? Ooh. I don't have that one. That sounds good though. Like really cool. So please send me a picture when you have the time. I feel like they're not in here, but I might have to message them. The random things that I'm picking up on because we're doing a psychic activation. Sometimes I get too much information. Right now it's kind of just light things. Like at this time, literally, they just need to be using self-love crystals. Seems like they just really need a hug, honestly. That's what the energy feels like. And I don't know why I'm picking up on them if they're not in here. So they might just have it on in the background and not actually be listening, but I have no idea. Some of you would benefit from grounding and like a calmer sense. I would recommend, actually, this is going to sound weird, pine cones. You can collect some pine cones and then you can just put them in a basket in your room and just play with them sometimes. It's a good fidget toy too. They're also good for protection and cleansing your space, keeping it safe. They protect seeds. So in between these little pine cone pieces, they protect these seeds. So they're good for protection. They keep your safe. They keep your space safe, but they're also good for grounding and calming. So if you just collect, I have definitely seen some things. I'll leave that alone, but even if just keeping some in your room would be really helpful. You can also use them in your protection spells and wards if you have them. Yeah, just keeping some in your room is really helpful. Oh, 100%. And those would be good for protection too, and cleansing away the negative energy. There's also some that are like eucalyptus scented. You just literally take the pine cone though, and you put it in a bag of the herb that you want, covered in the oil, like a essential oil that you want it to smell like, and then you just like shake it up and you leave it in there for like a couple days, and then you take it out, and that's how you get pine cone scented stuff. Yeah, definitely. Highly recommend. Pine cones are great. I have a lot of pine cones in my room. Max, it might take a while for that to register. I love that though. Pine cones are really helpful. It's okay, I figured. Nightmare Before Christmas might be a sign from you. I'm seeing the skull guy, like the old skull dude with like the crack in his skull. I love that. User, eventually I probably will go back to making witchy videos. I used to have a separate account where I posted witch educational videos. I should really get back into it. I'm just so awkward talking on camera now when it comes to like not being on live. So it's gonna take me a while to really get comfortable with it again. But yeah, I could get back into it. Maybe like Witchy Wednesdays from now on. Maybe I'll just post like a witchy video once every Wednesday or something for beginning, I guess. Yeah, I guess that could be helpful. We'll see. I might be too awkward with it first, so we'll just have to wait and find out. See if my anxiety can hold up on it. You love witchy information. I love that though. Not every one of my followers are like witchy, so. I'll look into it, you guys. Maybe I'll bring back the Magic Water series and some other stuff, but... Well, Maddie, this might be a little bit of a TMI for those of you who don't like the brain squishies. The amygdala is the lowest part of the brain. It also controls the fight and flight response. And your cortisol levels, I think is what it is. I'm focusing on that. By the way, knowing anatomy and Reiki, extremely helpful. Funny enough, I never even would have known about the amygdala if it wasn't for my therapist. I'm gonna stay on for another 10 minutes. We were gonna hop off about 7 minutes ago, but the energy was not ready yet, so we're not doing it just yet. A little bit longer. For some of you, it feels like your hearts are sobbing, quite frankly. I'm also feeling a sinus release for some of you. Oh, it's very possible. Do you mean on TikTok, or do you mean others? Or do you mean like on anything else? Shadow work is helpful, but difficult. In general. So astral healing Reiki is amazing, aka Jaden. Nicole, I don't know if they're still in here, I don't think so. Nicole Healing Reiki, I think is what their username is. I apologize if I'm wrong. Max, are you in here? I'm so bad at remembering the usernames, I just remember them by their names. Timothy, I think theirs is... Oh no. Why am I so bad at remembering usernames? I love them all very much, and yet I remember them by their names, not their usernames. If anyone remembers Timothy's at the moment, thank you, Max. Max, you're literally my other brain cell, thank you. I was sitting here like, I have no idea. And then Astral Healing Reiki. Those three are all really good. Also, In-Tune Reiki is really good. Yep, there you go, Max. Maddie, you were right. You were being... Why are we always on the same wavelength there? It's really funny. There's a few other ones, but I can't think of their names, or I just wouldn't recommend them. Oh, hey, you're in here. Hi. Yeah, so In-Tune Reiki right there. They would be great too. I do like how me and Maddie both thought of you at the exact same time. Now I'm sitting here like listing you guys. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah? Okay. This one? Yeah. I think you could. Whisper, I think you could do it. Oh yeah, Reiki Fairy. Thank you. Yes, Jim. Jim is also amazing. Obviously. It's just the connection. Yeah, we failed at that one task, but that's okay. I think that we have to be like a little bit more connected than just like thoughts when it comes to things. It's very weird when it comes to us, but that's okay. It's 8:11 here. Yeah. Hey, 9/11 is actually one of Archangel Michael's number too. Kind of. They really kind of are. Whew. Okay. It's like really tight in the chest, but also like almost like acid reflux, I guess. You know how when you get the heartburn and then it goes up into your throat and makes you cough? Oh, okay, we just had a release of the heart pressure a little bit. It's still there, but it's not as bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's what you were asking about? Yeah, no, 9/11 is one of Archangel Michael's numbers. Every time I see it, I associate it with him, like, entirely. I'm just like, oh, he's supporting. Just like a little puppy in the background, like, yay! Every freaking time. I'm the same. I'm literally... Sometimes I'm childish, but, like, it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of... Maddie, regulation. It's body regulation. Feel free to shake it out. Hopefully it's helping. It's working through it, so it's gonna be a minute. Some of you need to pay attention to what you're eating. And I'm not meaning this in like the sense of, oh, you're eating unhealthy. No, I'm meaning it like, if you are eating something and actively it makes you sick and you have not been aware of any food allergies, pay attention to every time you eat and every time you end up nauseous afterwards. For some of you though, I'm picking up on maybe a possible gluten allergy. It's actually very common to develop that in your later years, and that could include your 20s even. So just be aware of that. I'm not diagnosing you, just like be aware and watch yourself. You know your body. Because I literally was seeing like bread in the stomach and making you nauseous. So I'm sitting here like, okay, hold on. You just had 2 pieces of bread? Maybe that's what they were showing me, but for some of you though, it's like something a little, yeah. Because they were literally showing me bread in the stomach, but like, for some of you, pay attention though to what you're eating. If it's making you feel sick afterwards, just, yeah. Well, I'm glad that you think so. I think it's kind of awkward sometimes. Oh no! Definitely be paying attention to how much you're eating. You called the serious zoomies? Oh no. In tune, that actually could be your spirit guides. I'm gonna be honest. There was a time period in the beginning of my journey, like one of the spiritual awakenings that I went through, where I literally didn't like the taste of processed foods because they wanted me to eat healthier. And honestly, still a lot of the time I'm like, oh no, Kate. Everyone just be paying attention to what you're eating. If it makes you feel bad, don't eat it. If it makes you feel good, then do it. I actually don't do fertility or health related questions when it comes to readings or anything, but we're also not doing readings right now, love. I definitely would recommend taking a test. For those of you who are wondering why I don't do fertility or health related questions, first and foremost, it's very triggering for me, but second, also legal reasons. Oh no. In tune, make sure you rest. No. We are gonna hop off in 3 minutes, you guys. No. It's actually a really kind of difficult to make me angry. You have to go about it in very specific ways. In vast majority of the time, I'll just be upset, not angry. So, yeah, no. No one in here, as far as I'm aware, has ever actually made me angry. For the record, though, if you do ever make me angry, I'm going to have one of 3 responses. 1, there's not going to be any outward response. You won't even know. 2, I will cry. Or 3, I will start laughing. If I start laughing, just walk away. Yes. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, I'm glad that this was relaxing and calming for you. And I do want to remind you guys, actually, I have a YouTube channel that I post all of my lives to, so if you don't get enough Reiki from one of these lives and you want more, just go to my YouTube channel. It's the same name that you find here, but it's also in the link in my bio. So feel free to go subscribe, and you can rewatch them or just have them playing in the background. You do not have to have the sound on to receive the energy from it. So feel free to go watch them and get more Reiki if you want to. I do also have some different Reiki videos that are not in relation to TikTok on there that I made. The next one I'm doing is going to be a deep sleep aid for insomnia relief. It'll be like a 30-minute long video. That's the next one I'm working on. I'm glad that they helped, Maddie. Alright, you guys, we are going to go ahead and do energy cleansing and then energy protection, and then we will be hopping off for the night. I think a lot of people do whisper. I almost called you Luna, by the way. This is why you can also turn the camera away from you. You don't have to be looking at it for it to work. Also, Max, I'm gonna be texting you after I'm off of the live. Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, don't worry. And I'm not mad at you either, so you don't get worried. Mostly just gonna be checking in on you. We're gonna go ahead and use bloodstone for protection. Thank you for the slime. Actually, Maddie, that could be really helpful. That is actually a thing people do at times. It's just a ritual bath, basically, to help remove any of those negative cords and blockages. My brain is blanking on what actual uncrossing is at the moment, but I know that would actually be helpful because it would just remove all of those things from you. Just make sure you get up and like shower it off afterwards. Don't keep it on your skin. Alright, you guys, and with that, we will be hopping off. I hope you guys have a good night. Make sure you drink plenty of water, eat something nice for yourself, take care of yourself, and just try to rest and take it easy, you guys, if you can. Also, to answer your question about the walls, I would just spray, if you have like a spray head for your shower, just like spray it down. Otherwise, it should be fine. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you next time. So tomorrow, if you're wanting a reading, otherwise we will see you on Friday for a silent Reiki live, unless Princess decides to be noisy again, because she's been doing that. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.